Triball is ready. The Triball Pinball Podcast starts now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Triball Pinball Podcast. I am Johnny Pinball.
I'm Matt McCarty.
And I'm Neil Graff.
We are back from state in Madison, Wisconsin, and we're going to start with that topic right away.
We were all state qualifying players.
Neil, I think you got a bye, and did Matt get a bye as well?
Matt did not get a bye.
Okay.
I was the only person. But I think there's a chance we all could have played each other.
Definitely, I could have played you.
Yeah, I think Matt was on the same... Like, we were all on the same side of the bracket. Like, we could have made each other go to the final... If we went to the Final Four semifinals, we could have played each other. But, yeah.
Spoiler alert, we didn't make it.
Oh.
At least I didn't.
Yeah, but at least you advanced past the first round, and sadly, I did not.
Yeah, you had a good match though, Matt. Matt, why don't you start us off with your match?
So I was playing Andy Rosa from Michigan. We had 5 players from different states because Wisconsin's a cash-heavy state. So Andy Rosa's an incredible player. So I picked Avengers right away, and I lost because it was a premium. And then I beat him on Indiana Jones, which he put $1 billion up the night before. And then we played Jurassic Park, and I lost. And then we played, what was our other mid? Oh, Demolition Man. Another one of my favorite games, and I won. And then we played Lost World, and I won. Our first game actually was The Amazing Spider-Man, and Andy just was able to shats it the whole time, and he just beat the heck out of me.
Amazing Shats, man.
Yeah. So it came down to Game 7, and I was the higher seed, so I got to pick the game, and I picked Freedom, the EM there. Like, I figured
Brutal game.
It's a coin flip, and I lost. So that was my state experience.
Yeah, I mean you were down 3-1, so it was a nice comeback to take it to Game 7. At least you gave yourself a chance.
Yeah, and
Against Andy Rosa, nonetheless, like he's amazing.
Yeah, I was proud of how I played because, at Tilton Tuesday this past week, I said something to Thorin, yeah, I'm the guy that took Rosa to 7 games because Rosa played Thorin the next round and swept him. So.
Right.
All right, Johnny, how'd your experience go?
I got lucky, and I got to play someone I knew, Eric Rentmeester, who is a local at District 82 along with myself. And he qualified ahead of me, so basically he had, honors?
Right.
But anyway, we started off on Space Station. It's a game I own, but is perpetually broken. I was lucky enough to beat him on that. I got the bonus ball, all that jazz. It worked out, so feeling good. He picks Creature from the Black Lagoon. We both have abysmal games, but he has a slightly better abysmal game. Beats me on that. I go T2. I've never played T2 before. Like anything besides a couple quarters at this place in, I think, Milwaukee. Up Down has one. I'm like, we don't have that at D82. Maybe Rentmeester doesn't know about it. He was pretty good on T2. So that was my mistake.
It's all about the super jackpot, baby.
Yeah, that was my mistake, thinking he didn't know anything about that game. He then picks Electra, and we both didn't know how to play that. Do you guys know how to play Electra?
Yes.
No.
Okay, apparently there's like a bonus ball
Yep.
you can earn. Neither of us played our bonus balls because we didn't know what was going on. We're like, what is going on? So, stupid there.
Is it kind of like a Bone Busters thing where it gives you like a ball for a certain amount of time?
It's like the lower playfield activates. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, but
yeah.
It's like a certain amount of time, depending on how many like Electra bites you have, I think it's called.
Yeah, didn't know that. I guess I was lucky, or not really lucky. I mean, he went first and didn't play it, so I was like, well, I guess you don't do anything. I'm like, it just lit up. Oh, this is weird. Now I know for next time. The ball kept getting stuck up top, which was really odd because it doesn't seem like it could. But we had to call the attendant like 4 times for that. So he, unfortunately for me, wins that by like 10 points.
Wow.
Guess I should have flipped when I was down there. So now I'm down. He's got 3 wins. I've got 1 win. I got to win my next one. I go with Old Faithful, Godzilla. And that's when I got my groove back.
I saw you had a pretty good game on Godzilla.
Yeah, my best PR for myself. I think it was like 650 million. on it. It was a premium, which I think plays easier, or it's just set up easier than District 82's Godzilla, because it felt like I couldn't lose type of thing.
Right.
Made it to the wizard mode. Was it King of the Monsters? Is that what it's called?
You made it to Monster Zero, the mini wizard mode.
And there, that was that. Then he picked Jurassic Park. He got some, I've never seen this before, but like some 20 million super duper secret skill shot. You guys seen that one?
Yeah, you can get like a 50 million on Jurassic Park. There's a lot of them. The MXV, where if you hit the T-Rex ramp, then the A ramp, then the loop, and then the Raptor Tower, that'll be like 50 million.
Yeah, he didn't hit like successive ones in a row. Like I know about, you hit the 1, hit the 2, hit the 3 thing. He just hit like one random thing and it said super secret skill shot. So I was like, oh, sucks for me.
If you like ski jump it, if you ski jump it and hit like the C target with the left flipper, you'll get a super secret. Or if you hit the amber target, which is like, the one you hit to start chaos multi-ball, or the like, that'll give you one as well.
Definitely I was sweating balls on this game because we both had really bad scores going into ball 3. I think we were around like 15 million each. But then he gets that 20 million boost.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm like, shit, I actually got to play the game. Like, I can't just like nervous flip and win. He kind of drained right away, so he didn't get much after that 20 million. But I really desperately wanted to start the Raptor multi-ball. And it wasn't going well, but eventually it rebounded into it. And then obviously game over. I got points quick there. So now we're back up. We need to do a tiebreaker.
So you were also down. Wait, hold up real quick. You were also down 3-1. And you also came back to a 7th game just like McCarty.
Yes, in that regard, it's similar. Except he got to pick the game, and we didn't play, what was it, Liberty Bell?
Freedom,
sorry. Yeah, we didn't play Freedom. We played the other one over there, which I'd never seen before in my life, a Gottlieb Spider-Man. Yeah, anyone ever play that? Any experience?
Well, Matt had his experience against Rosa.
But, I mean, prior to playing at this place.
Oh.
Anyone ever seen that game?
Not really.
Okay. Don't know why he picked it. He sucked at it, but I also sucked, but I got to go last. And I noticed there's some saucers at the top that say 5,000 if you landed in there. So I'm like, oh, he's only up by 10,000. Just hit a saucer and something else. And that's what I did. So I defeated Rentmeester. So I made it to round 2, which had to play Stephen Bowden.
And how did that one go?
I think he ended up winning the state.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He smoked me, man. He smoked me. Okay, so he got really good, and I turned into doofus Johnny and didn't know how to play pinball against him.
Yeah.
The state champions for Wisconsin came down to 2 players from Illinois.
Yeah, that's correct.
Not fair.
Fibs.
Neil, why don't you tell us about how you did?
So I had to buy my first round, so it was technically the second round was my first round. And I was playing Nathan Slawinski from also like a local D82 player. And
he's from Wausau.
Yeah, he's no joke. He's really good, and I basically swept him. I took him out in 4 games. We played AIQ, which he actually almost came back on me on. We played Electra and Adam's Family, and then the 4th game was Demo Man. Won all 4 of those, moved on to the 3rd round, which would be the quarterfinals, and I faced Drew Geigel. Drew Geigel, another local D82 player, who's also really good. I ended up picking the same games, basically, and I swept him as well. I won AIQ, he picked Electra, won Electra, I picked Adam's Family, won Adam's Family, and then he picked Attack from Mars, and I won Attack from Mars. So 4-0'd. Then I was on to the semifinals, Final 4 against Stephen Bowden. Michael Ryman hit us with the spoilers already, but I basically won my first 2 games, being AIQ and... Shoot, what was the second game? Oh, Fishtails. That's right. AIQ and Fishtails.
Oh, you're Fishtails.
Yeah.
That is always your game.
Got my supers and Fishtails, although I didn't pick it. That was his pick. So went up 2-0, and then he ended up sweeping me with those last 4 games, and I could not get out of my head. So that was that. Tied for 3rd, and my dad was on the other side, also in the semifinals against Jason Wardrick. So we ended up playing a tiebreaker. We decided to just play a one game tiebreaker because we wanted to get out, and I ended up winning that. So technically, I took third in state.
I know everybody watching at home was hoping for a graph finals,
Yeah,
but
that would have been fun,
sadly that didn't happen.
right?
It didn't happen, but we got it we kind of got the consolation graph finals.
Yeah, true. Still a lot of fun though.
Unfortunately, none of this was streamed. That was pretty a letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Madison needs to step it up. If they're going to host state, it should be a requirement. You have to stream it.
I don't think it would have been possible there, to be honest. Like, there's just not the space.
Yeah, it was a pretty small venue type of thing. Well, I do have a question for a tournament director. Is there a tournament director in the house?
Yes, there is.
All right. Neil, if you let me hijack your segment.
Of course, yes.
Okay. Is Matt a bozo or
super genius?
Unlike when Neil asks these questions, I don't know the right answer because I'm just a noob at pinball. So this happened real life. Me and Stephen Bowden were playing this Shadow, a game I picked. He's already has a comfortable lead. He has about 100 million lead on me, and his ball, he was in multi-ball, somehow got behind the targets on the upper playfield. So we don't know how that happened, but it bounced up in there. And at this location, they don't have that, was it interlock turned off, where it like drops the voltage.
Correct.
So he calls a TD, one comes over, then we had a crowd of TDs. They were all there. They're like, well, what do we do? If we open the coin door, he loses his multi-ball because the flipper drops him because he has a 2 trapped up there. After much discussion, he elects to acknowledge the multi-ball is going away. Okay. So now they try to get the ball out. They got the ball out. But for whatever reason, after they, try to put it back on the playfield, they don't know where to put it back. So they debate, well, do you put it back in the shooter lane? Do you put it back? Someone said you put it on the diverters because it was technically trapped on the left side and the shooter lane's on the right side.
I can't put it on a flipper, of course.
Yeah, you couldn't put it on a flipper because those are down. So what they decided was, okay, we'll put it in the shooter lane. So they button it all up, put it in the shooter lane, nothing happens. Pulls the trigger, nothing happens. So for whatever reason, it won't launch the ball. So open it back up again. Then they decide to put it in the VUC, okay? Which goes to the upper playfield, and Steve's like, I won't flip. I'll just let it drain out of there, and then it'll become live. So they button that up, put that in there, and then the VUC didn't kick it up. But it went into ball search eventually, and it kicked it up, and then we played on. Matt, with that information, what would have you done?
I think they did the right thing.
You're not going to throw out the game.
No. They did the right thing there, and Steve did the right thing not to play the upper playfield, just kind of let it go. We had a similar situation happen at our Bond 60th Heads Up tournament where the ball on James Bond Premium was trapped behind the Bond on the Wand. And that happens in that game. And I made a ruling which Neil's dad, I think, was not thrilled about, but he won the game anyway. Where I let Alex, it was Alex Phelps playing, and I let him, I knew if I would have opened the game, it would have drained his ball, and I wasn't sure. And Modern Sterns have the coin door ball saver option, but I was not sure if that was on or not. Where that option where if you open the coin door and it drains power, it'll keep your multi-ball and keep all the balls you have in play. But I let him shoot at it, and it ended up, he hit it, he hit the shot, and got his ball back. But and everything went on as normal. But as far as your situation, I believe they did the right thing.
Do you think he should have been compensated for losing 2 multi-balls?
No. Technically, the rules state that if that happens, you trap up and you lose your multi-ball, and that's life.
Yep, that's
That,
pinball.
that's pinball.
What if he didn't say anything and continued playing the multi-ball until it was down to that stuck one?
Well, that's not right. Like, you can't do that.
So you can't use that to your advantage because it's off the playfield.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because if you have a ball stuck behind an upper flipper, you can still play, right? If you stage flip, yeah.
Right.
Correct, because that's technically a skilled stop.
Yep, that's considered a skilled trap.
Yeah, a lot of nuance there. So, I mean, Steve, it didn't affect him. He ended up winning in one state. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give Matt the
Super genius.
on that one. Matt, do you want to talk about Bond 60th since you talked about that ruling, that tournament you hosted, or, TD'd?
Yeah, at Lumberjack Johnny's Appleton, we did Bond 60th heads up. We had 10 rounds of qualifying, which went a little longer than we would have liked. It was always one game. Like, there was just one game that went like 15 to 20 minutes longer than every other game. And then the finals were objective-based on Bond 60th, two of them. We had Tom's Bond 60th and Dave's Bond 60th right next to each other. Eric Strangely won that with Ryan Eggers from Madison coming in second. It was a lot of fun. Went way longer than our other heads-up tournaments, but I don't know, maybe because our other heads-up tournaments were at Lumberjack Johnny's in Green Bay, where we had the game set up for the Whopper Chopper, and they were brutal, but it still was a lot of fun. Some of the objectives were 3x bonus, collect bonus, start multi-ball, and we had the super skill shot turned off. But yet, for some reason in the finals, Eric Strangeway got the super skill shot. And I checked the game after he played.
And it gave him the multi-ball?
It dropped all the drop targets.
Send your email to Stern.
And I have yet to rewatch it. But, I mean, it's pinball. Like, games are buggy, whatever. They do what they do. So, but we had a good time doing it. We had 37 players. It's a fun time.
3x bonus sounds like a really hard challenge to do, like in a head-to-head based format.
Yeah, it was. That one took a little long.
I would imagine.
Did anyone have to start over and because they ran out of balls?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it happened. We had them set on 5-ball as well. But, yeah, people had to start over. Start a whole new game.
So overall, good tournament, though?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And that one was streamed, correct?
Correct. You can catch it on Fox City Pinball. And then I helped Tom bring his game. He was like, he needed room for Jaws, right? So he brought Bond 60th to his dental practice in Oshkosh. So on Sunday, I helped him move it there, and he didn't know how to turn the alarm off, so we set off the security alarm at the dental practice.
That's an expensive mistake, assuming it actually called, an authority.
It did. They called, and he was like, yeah, this is Dr. Graff. I don't know what I'm doing. He had to call his office manager, and we got it turned off eventually.
What a story. Speaking of Jaws, Matt, you got to play it at Lumberjack Johnny's. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your first gameplay experience?
It shoots phenomenal, and it's an L1 game, so why wouldn't it? There is a mode where it like a quint mode where it makes you do a combo. There's a little 180 ramp to the right of the chump bucket, and you can backhand that, which is awesome. But I hit it with the left flipper, and then you got to hit the right orbit, which goes to I think another 180 ramp to put it on a wire form, and that was super satisfying. Like it felt great to hit it. And I did.
That's why it felt so good, Matt.
Right.
Because you hit it.
The chum bucket, though, this could have been like a SpongeBob pinball machine.
You're right. That's where Plankton lives or has his restaurant.
Exactly. That would have been a really cool pinball machine.
It might. Some would say that's probably a better theme than Jaws because Jaws is kind of old.
I would say.
And the video mode,
Oh, did you get your glasses?
Is no, I debated looking in the coin door to see if the glasses were in there, because I don't know where they were, but someone accidentally picked the 3D version. Like, it's a kind of, it's almost like Fishtails, the video mode, but it's not as good. Like, Fishtails is the best video mode, hands down, in my opinion, forever more, until, you know, Stern does a better one. But it's cool. Well, and then your favorite animations game, Pulp Fiction, doesn't have a video
Doesn't
mode.
need it.
So,
Hey, good callback remembering that.
I know, it's such a controversial topic.
All right, I've got a few things to say about Jaws. I'm going to caveat this. I haven't played the game. I've just seen the pictures and the videos online.
Okay.
So what I see here is Keith Elwin's recycled playfield. You've got the 180 ramps, right? The 180 ramp Matt was talking about. And
Yeah.
then I think you have the one on the right. Is that also a 180 ramp, or is that like an Avenger style ramp where it's kind of tall?
I think it's more Avengers style.
All right, that's what I was thinking. All right, so you've got the 180 ramp that's in Godzilla. You've got the Avengers ramp, okay? Then you've got the AIQ fishing reels, we'll call them, even though they're not quite the same, but, you know, like a little spinner thing. Only one on the Pro.
But the noise it makes is very satisfying. Like, I love that.
They changed the noise. So in the promo trailer, there was a different noise, and it is now better, I would agree, than it was in the trailer. I don't know if you caught that.
I kind of did. Like,
The
yeah.
trailer one sounded like the GTF spinner, and then they changed it to a fishing reel later on. Anyway, that really doesn't matter because that was, you know, beta code. So you got all that. You've got the Mummy, which is the chum bucket. Then you have a first for Keith Elwin, a bash toy, kind of similar to the back of Iron Maiden, the pyramid area, straight up the middle. And then we've got the Godzilla pop bumper and the AIQ drop targets in the same spot, except it's not drop targets on the Pro,
It is not.
which is a big, big fail, Stern. Quit being so cheap. Pinball and drop targets go back to the beginning. Oh, you know, people won't buy the premium if there's drop targets in here. BS, they would. They want the shark and the boat. It does have that fin, right? We didn't really talk about that fin.
No, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, and there's like the, you know, the posts in both in lanes.
There's your Jurassic Park. Both you've got double Jurassic Park posts, and it has the in-lane, out-lane little bumpy thingy, like a bally game kind of.
Yes.
Right, like Indiana Jones type of thing, yeah.
So the ball save on the left out lane, you have to use the action button for, which is confusing.
That would confuse newbies a lot.
Oh yeah.
So does that mean you have to like hit the action before it goes in there,
Correct.
or while it hits?
Like while it's going in there.
Okay.
It's like, I think it's like 10 or 15 seconds, you know, that it stays on, because I had a little trouble with that. Like,
Okay.
and on the right side you have the post that will kick it, kind of like Indiana Jones, you know, like the through the gate. And then our friend Joe DeClean had a kind of Viking-ish problem where it went reverse through the gate.
It went the
He's
other
like,
way.
What? I thought this was a one-way gate. What? It's like, yeah, it's pinball, bro.
So layout-wise, that's kind of what I think. I mean, there's also a shot behind the drop targets, kind of Godzilla-ish, but not really. I don't know what I would rate this. Haven't played it yet. You know, a lot of people are speculating like this is his 4th out of 5 games. For me right now, it goes Godzilla, Maiden, Jurassic Park, AIQ for my favorite.
What would you rate this, Matt, out of 10? Since you're the only one who's played it.
For now, like 8 out of 10. Like it's great. Like the shots are great, but for Elwin games, and I have a particularly hot take on this. Man, they're all so good. Like it's just tough. I love Avengers, like Pro. The premium can burn. I'd say it's probably Iron Maiden's so good. Jurassic Park's so good. I can't do it. Sorry.
It's early though.
You can't rank them.
Yeah, it's early.
Would you still trade? What were you trading for this? My hypothetical last time, was it a Venom?
Correct. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd trade Godzilla for Jaws. Definitely.
Oh yeah, it was our favorite
But
game.
I've already been through Godzilla time and time again.
Okay.
Right.
Ellen games, okay, if I had to rank them, I mean, it's so tough. Probably Iron Maiden, Avengers. Oh, I can't do it.
Note, he said Iron Maiden first.
Iron Maiden's a great ass game. And right now, at Lumberjack Johnny's in Appleton, every Keith Elwin game is there, including Bond 60.
Does he have it in a bank? Is it the Elwin bank?
So Jurassic Park, Iron Maiden, Avengers are all right next to each other, and then Jaws and Bond 60th are right next to each other. But it's because of the head-to-head tournament that they're not all together. And I'm missing one, aren't I? There's 4 Elwin games.
Yes. AIQ, Jurassic Park, Iron Maiden, Godzilla.
Yep, those are all right next to each other, and then Bond 60th and Jaws are right next to each other.
Did you guys catch the Loser Kid interview with Elwin?
I did not.
No.
Basically, he made this game before he made Bond 60th. It's just been sitting on the shelf for that long.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it wasn't like he had 2 years to make this game. It was made in the normal time frame. So some people probably were expecting more because they're like, oh, this has been in the oven since Godzilla. And the biggest controversy to come out of this is the shark does not eat the ball. Thoughts?
You really like things eating balls, huh? You were asking the question. You wanted to know if Mario wanted to swallow a ball or not.
Well, that's a joke. Everything should eat the pinball, right?
I don't know. It'd been cool if the shark would eat the ball. I like that idea, but
I like that idea too, but it's really not necessary. And they tried it. You know, they even said on the Stern podcast that it just wasn't feasible.
Well, they have a budget. So I don't know if I always take those company podcasts as like half truths, half propaganda. It is hosted by Stern after all. Same goes for Loser Kid. They're practically employed by Stern because everything's great with them. I would say it's probably true that it didn't work in its first iteration, and maybe their timetable or schedule said we don't have time to perfect this, so they moved on.
And I mean, like, Bash Toy is being generous because you hit it once. You know?
It's a boat, right? It's a boat, and it turns into a shark. It's the same. It's the same boat as Sopranos, so they got the cost cut. I'm just joking. It's not, but it looks very similar.
Stugat.
on the Pro for Jaws, it's just the shark, right? There's no
correct. The Pro, it's like the shark is a standard mod up top, and it's a kinetic ball, like it's just a captive ball that you hit into targets,
right?
And it's the same on the premium, but then once you hit the ball enough, the shark comes up.
Okay.
Yeah, Godzilla Pro is, people say it's pretty barren. There's nothing on it, right? That moves. Same thing with Jaws Pro. There's the main feature of Jaws Pro is the shark fin. Like on Godzilla, it's that, tail whip magnet. So they both have the same number of features that didn't get cut.
Very good point.
What do you think his most loaded Pro is?
His best Pro is Avengers, in my opinion.
Still gets the tower. The tower's pretty cool.
The premium features on Avengers, I think, hurt gameplay. Whereas, like Godzilla, it helps the gameplay.
Godzilla probably adds the most with the premium LE.
And Jurassic Park, like the Raptor lock helps gameplay. Iron Maiden, the Mummy is a little harder, I guess, but
Yeah, I think it makes the least difference on Iron Maiden.
Avengers Pro is Elwin's best Pro, and I will take that to my grave, unless his Back to the Future is better.
Really?
I don't know. I just threw that out.
Is this Rumor Corner?
His next game is Pokemon, so
Now it's Pokemon?
the Charizard,
Thought it was John Wick.
maybe. Pokemon's Jack Dangers.
Honestly, I don't know. No, we checked our hot tip line email address and there was no hot tips that came in this week. So that's tips@gmail.com. Well, if that's all we got on the Jaws here, I will finish out with kind of critique the play field. The art on Jaws, it's Michael Barnard. I think it's a little better than Rush. On Rush, I didn't like the faces, but he still put faces on this one, which is my least favorite part of this art. But otherwise, like the water and stuff looks fine. Guys don't care. Good enough for you.
Good enough.
Well, these are more realistic faces than the Rush ones. The Rush ones are kind of cartoony.
Yeah, well, Rush, yeah, exactly. It was more like kind of, and I'm not one to care about art as much on a pinball machine, so it's not my domain.
Moving on, at Lumberjack Johnny's, one last quick thing to touch. They got an Elton John finally, and I did actually get to play that game. Gotta say, Steve Ritchie still has it. It's a great game.
Fantastic game. Neil, have you been able to play it?
No, I have not been able to play. I don't get to play much out here.
Really good shots, fast flow, and lots of lights that overstimulate you. And then if the sound is on, you could really, get into the music if you like Elton John.
Oh, I love the music. I find that the crocodile rock shot is the toughest shot in the game. It reminds me of the O shot from Jurassic Park. Like, it's real tight. You can backhand it, but then the third flipper can get in the way too. But other than that, like, man, I love the game. And you can backhand the left orbit. Classic Steve Ritchie. Classic Steve Ritchie. Love it.
It's like everything's out of control in that game because it just drops it from those wire forms onto the playfield.
Correct, yeah.
The sound is fine. The announcer chick, she's kind of generic. I don't know if that was their choice or that's like Elton John's choice. But would I buy it? No, because I'm poor. But if money was no object, yes, I'd buy it. It's good enough to have in your house.
I'd buy it if money was no object in space, I'd definitely buy it.
I don't think the average pinball buyer is going to spend $12,000 to $15,000 on it. If it was priced Stern prices, I think it would be a hit and probably sell just as well as Jaws.
I agree with you. 12.5 is a tough benchmark.
Must be. They want to be the premium product, but that's hampering their sales, and maybe it works for them on the books. I'm not their accountant.
Right.
Yeah, who knows? But in comparison to Jaws, what do you think, Matt?
Oh, that's a tough one.
You can only take one home with you in your kitchen. Which one are you taking home?
Honestly, Elton John, because I love the music. I'm a big fan of Elton John's music. Josh shoots probably better.
Really?
But
wow, I think that's a hot take. I thought
that is a very surprising take.
Elton John, I thought she was like 10 out of 10 for shots.
Every shot is accessible in Jaws, like backhanding, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I know, left orbit, Steve Ritchie. That crocodile shot pisses me off. But I love the music. I love Elton John's music.
So it's more of a theming thing for you, Matt.
It's more of a theme for me, yes. If I would put one in my house, it's because of the theme. But, okay. What plays better is Jaws.
Steve's always said the handcuffs were on at Stern. Do you feel with the handcuffs being off that this game is loaded, packed, or does it feel similar to his other games?
It's similar to his other games. There's nothing special about it. It's still a great game.
I'd have to agree. It's obviously got more in it than a Pro. It felt like online with a Stern Premium. But I feel like Stern cuts a little bit more corners. So it's like a Stern Premium Plus, I would call it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
Unfortunately, or maybe that's what makes the game so fast and fun, like the center bash toy, there isn't one. It's just a 3-bank drop targets. So that's the main feature. And the Tiny Dancer is lame. That should be a disco ball.
Yeah, it is what it is, but
that's not a toy.
I think it's a great game.
I think if we pulled pin side, people would say it's a great $9,600 game, like a Stern Premium. You guys ready to move on to the next topic? Neil?
Sure, let's do it. Yes, sir.
My friend, Mr. McCarty, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, everyone loves David Fix, and he's back in the news again. He's the American Pinball dude. He said there's going to be breaking news. They're going to have a stream, which was yesterday, Wednesday night, to just lay it on us, what's happening with American Pinball. And why do you think...
Yeah, they didn't answer any fucking questions.
Yeah, he didn't, but why do you think he had to have this stream?
Food truck.
Barry O's food truck? Was that what he was going to tell us?
I don't know.
I think Neil said that he heard up in Minnesota that he was going to make a Gopher game. It's like something like Caddyshack. I don't know. I think, Neil, was that what you were saying?
No, it was it's the Minnesota Gophers for the college.
Oh, did they win the American Dream competition at Expo? So they're going to do a game for him? The Golden Gopher Dream. Okay, if everyone's living under a rock, he had to do this press conference because Nap Arcade, which we trust in the industry, said that they were going out of business, basically, or they were for sale. And how did he quash those rumors? By streaming Hot Wheels.
I watched Kerry Hardy's video. I didn't watch the stream, but I just watched Kerry Hardy's video because I subscribed to him, as well as Johnny Pinball subscribed to him on YouTube.
Yes, please do.
He just tore it apart. This is so stupid.
I tuned in for the whole hour and a half. It was painful. So the big news was they developed a new board set for their system. Cool. Do you think he showed us that board set? No, was not showed on the stream. He kept saying it was in the game they were playing, yet didn't take off the back glass, so he's probably lying about that too. Was anyone asking for this? I get why they did it, but I don't think anyone was asking for it. So because they developed a new board set that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, according to David Fix, that's why they're not going out of business. And they brought on Nermal, who is the son of the owner of Aimtron, and he is a very bad pinball player. And he's like, yes, I heartily support American pinball.
I heartily endorse this event or product.
Yeah, they need to ditch them. Kind of off topic, but see, Jersey Jack is selling new boards to make their flippers more snappy.
I'd say that's on topic. You're right. 10 years into the game, actually it took Steve Ritchie to fix the flippers.
Steve Ritchie's the GOAT.
He is. Do you remember that post when he got hired there?
Yes.
Someone put in the comments, first comment under the announcement was, "Are you going to fix the flippers?" And he thumbs upped it. That's why he's the king.
I mean, it was a real heartbreaking thing. I was either going to name my cat Elwin or Richie, and I went with Elwin.
Was that the wrong choice, you think?
Maybe, Neil. Richie, come here, baby.
I think you could get from American Pinball's website a Galactic Tank Force litter box. You could accessorize for your cat. Did you know they're selling lunch boxes too?
Yeah, with the thermos,
With the Thermosgate.
Thermosgate.
Did you buy one?
For Dennis Kriesel. No.
What? You're not a GTF fan?
We were at Lumberjack Chinese last night, and there was 6 credits on GTF, and no one was playing it.
Man, you gotta text me that. I'll be there.
I played it. I played it. I played it once, and I'm like, yeah, God.
Wow.
Everyone won the matches and walked away.
I don't know why there were credits on it, but there were, and everyone was playing Jaws, obviously, but during my free time, I was playing Foo Fighters and Avengers Pro, but
this is just into Off the Pinball profile. Fix was on it, and he was going over why they still do original themes, and he's like, if you look at the top 100 games, all these original themes are ranked high. Okay, do you know what top 100 he used?
No.
Not Pinside. That other one, was it the Pinball Database?
IPDB?
Yeah, that no one writes reviews for. He's like, yeah, Medieval Madness, Attack from Mars, Monster Bash. He kept naming all these old Williams games. It's like, okay, he's living in another reality. But for the record, I did buy 2 lunch boxes.
Oh, really?
I have them.
Did you actually?
I did.
Wow.
Because I have the banner. I eventually got the banner. It took a month to get it. And it's frayed. It came pre-frayed. And the lunch boxes came. I ordered 2. One is damaged and dented.
Wow.
And the other one is mint. That's why I ordered 2.
So you knew.
I knew. After getting the poor quality banner, I'm like, I better order 2. So they do look really nice. It's just a sticker. I guess you could have just bought a sticker. I bought a $30 sticker. It's not embossed. It's not painted on there.
So, quickly, I think we should have Dave on to do a segment for the podcast. Last month at Lumberjack Johnny's Appleton that has 23 games, the number 1 game for earnings was Elton John.
Wow.
What do you guys think the number 2 game was?
Labyrinth? Just because I'm guessing it's going to be kind of a surprise and it's a newer game and everything.
I don't think it's Labyrinth. I think it's still going to be Bond's 60th because they had the tournament.
It was Strikes and Spares by Gottlieb.
What? Again?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can you believe that shit?
Oh, man. That's a killer earner. That's good on him for buying that.
Right? And, he upped it to $1 a play.
It's getting $1 a play?
And I'm like, you
my
should do
gosh.
that. But he's like, people are still fucking putting it in. Like, I'm like, okay.
Wow. $1 on strikes and spares. Wow.
Is he submitting it to that magazine that, Jersey Jack subscribes to?
I don't think so.
Speaking of that magazine, Jack, he went on another podcast. It was the super awesome end of the year one. And he quoted a different magazine article and said, Toy Story 4 is the best earning game on location. So I wonder if someone just like Donald Trumps him these magazines. It's like, okay, Jack, yeah, here's another one. Yep, your game is the best seller.
Well, I hear that like on the Electric Bat podcast, they say Toy Story does really well. And there is a Toy Story 4 at Lumberjack Johnny's in Appleton. It can't beat Strikes and Spares by Gottlieb, but
No, it's never going to. And that's Lumberjacks isn't a kid location, so I would think it's probably, if you're gearing more towards kids, maybe.
But you can bring kids there.
But it's axe throwing first.
Right.
Axe throwing is definitely not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ask your 10-year-old son where they want to go.
I'm just saying that if you are a listener and you have a family, you can bring kids there.
Definitely.
But I could definitely see it like an arcade, like a coin drop arcade. Toy Story could be a best best earner out of the games just because of the theme for the kids.
Oh yeah,
I could see Hot Wheels too.
Hot Wheels for sure. So, I have some friends that they own a location in Oshkosh. It's a glow in the park mini golf, and it's a mini golf place. But they have 11 pinball machines there. 10 of them are Stearns, and one of them is Hot Wheels. Their Hot Wheels broke down, and they tried contacting American Pinball, and American Pinball is ghosting them. So, I thought about like maybe messaging Dave Brennan, like just to get a little help. He doesn't work there anymore. He used to be their top tech guy, but yeah, don't buy American Pinball. That's what I'm saying. Hot take.
How do you feel about that, Johnny, in your GTF?
Okay, I was soaking in my bathtub before this, thinking about this actually. Nice steamy hot water. Just listening to the pinball show, and Zach Minnie and Kriesel were talking about what's the value of American Pinball, right? I have a different take on this. If you're a billionaire and this is your pet project, which Jersey Jack is, and American Pinball definitely owned by billionaires, why would you strive to be the worst pinball company? That's my opinion of American Pinball. Like, if I have this money, don't I want to make fun games? Like, I think their games are always kind of missing something. GTF is probably their best effort to date, but I don't think it's as fun as a Godzilla. That's my take on it.
Of course not.
Yeah. Is GTF as fun as a Williams game? Is it as fun as...
Absolutely not.
Like
Is
World Cup
GTF
soccer?
as fun as Hot Wheels? No.
Okay, that's where we might differ. I would say it is.
Houdini is not a bad game. Houdini is actually a pretty decent game.
Their first game, so it was all downhill from there. Okay, here's my fix challenge. My David Fix challenge. David Fix, talking directly to you. Thank you for sending me a lunchbox. I appreciate that one of the two made it here. Okay. I know you're a small company. I know you only have one coder. One person in the shipping department. It's probably the same guy. But how about this? Since you insist on original themes, I'm serious here. Much as I like poke fun, I'm kind of serious. Make a DMD game. That's in your wheelhouse. You don't have to pay an animator as much. You just got to whip up some dots. Give me that 90s Williams you so desperately want to have in the modern age, and just make it. Look at Pulp Fiction. Did great. That doesn't even have a DMD.
Yeah.
It's got amazing callouts, though.
Right? So spend the money where it counts. Don't waste the money on the screen. We're not looking at that.
Maybe they should do Thundercats.
Thundercats. Oh my god, yes. The best cartoon intro ever. Thunder. 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 Thundercats. Ho!
Oh! Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd pay $1 a play for Thundercats. Johnny Cheap Pinball here. That's why I'm waiting to play Jaws at Player 2, because it'll only be 50 cents.
Yeah, unless you come with me, I get keys of the games.
Yeah. Or unless I find free credits on GTF and barter. Be like, hey, you can play 6 GTFs if you buy me a credit on Jaws.
Well, the thing at Player 2 is they don't have matches or replays.
Oh, they
so
don't?
if you play a good game of Jaws at Lumberjack Johnny's, you'll get free credits.
I didn't know they didn't have replays. That sucks.
Yeah, he turned them off.
What a cheap... Hi, I'm the pot calling the kettle black.
The guy that argued about a $1 slice of cheese.
Oh my god, yeah. That's Jimmy John's at Six Flags. They don't understand what a ham and cheese sandwich is. Buy, sell, burn?
Yeah.
Buy, sell, burn.
Neil, this is your segment. Light it up.
Light it up. Buy, sell, burn. We got World Cup Soccer, Theater of Magic, and Circus Voltaire.
All right, I'll go first. All fantastic games, to be honest with you. But I'll burn Circus Voltaire. That game fucks me over in competition more than any other game. Theater Magic is buy. That great game. And sell World Cup Soccer.
Okay.
Is that how you would rank them as well?
Yes. Theater of Magic's definitely the best game. World Cup Soccer is a fantastic game. And like Circus Voltaire just does me dirty in tournaments. I like the game, but it punishes me.
Okay. This is tough for me. They're all games I'm supposed to like. When I have free play at District 82, do I play any of these games on free play? Right? When 100 to choose from? There's only one I play. World Cup Soccer. So that's going to be the one I buy. And then of the two other ones, what do I play next? I'm just deferring to like, what do I do when I'm there? Well, I'm going to sell Circus Voltaire then, because that's the one I play next. And I never played Theater Magic, so I got to burn the trunk. Sorry.
Burn it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Johnny because Theater of Magic I just find a boring game. I actually really like it as a tournament, like for tournaments, because you basically just get multi-ball and then get multi-ball again. You just shoot repeated shots. But I'll burn Theater of Magic. Circus Voltaire will have to be the sell, and World Cup Soccer is the buy.
Well, World Cup Soccer has the most annoying call out where like he can't seem to get control of the ball. It's like, yeah, thanks for telling me I'm playing shitty.
Indianapolis 500 has that too. He doesn't know there's an upper flipper.
So, what do you guys think about the Alice in Wonderland rumor?
I think it's true.
That would be cool. I mean, since we discussed Papaduke games, like, he's not a bad designer. He might be a shitty person, but as far as pinball layouts, he's got it
Great art director too.
right.
He just has one kind of dud. The Star Wars game is just okay.
Oh, episode 1.
Yeah, but I mean, that could just be the platform.
I like that game.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, well, I have the GC on it at Joe and Tara's house.
You're just like Thorin. Well, I GC'd it, so I can't get rid of it. Yeah, so Alice in Wonderland is rumored from Dutch Pinball. It makes sense in their timeline. Their Big Lebowski sales are, they said they had to finish them by the end of 23 because that's when their license ran out. And then their Back to the Future game is going to be in 25.
Correct.
So that leaves 24 open.
Can they make these games?
I assume that's an unlicensed property, so they could make them.
Well, I like, can they manufacture them? Because, like, Big Lebowski has been out for 10 years, and they're just
Just catching
starting
up.
to finish that.
Okay, so you just brought up a good point. A lot of people, when they get interviewed, they might be a little starstruck when you interview someone who runs a pinball company. I know I would be. But they never ask, like, this is always on my mind, like, no one's ever asked Barry, that's his name, how many Big Lebowskis have you sold? Like, you're right, it's been 10 years. Did they make 1,000? Did they make 500? I mean, we really don't know.
Big Lebowski is a good game. They did well.
Yeah, they did well, but if we found out how many they made, that we could kind of gauge, like, how many of these to expect. Because, kind of know their capacity. We know American Pinball said they made 300 games last year, so that's their capacity.
I don't know. That's Back to the Future is a dream theme for I mean, people my age, but
Yeah, I really like the movie too, so I would be up, positive on that. And Neil, if you haven't watched it and you've watched Beverly Hills Cop, you need to watch it.
Back to the Future?
Yeah.
I've seen Back to the Future.
Okay.
I just watched Beverly Hills Cop the other day.
No
Good
way.
movie. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Axel Foley.
Would it make a good pinball? I don't know. American Pinball? I bet that's a cheap
No.
license. Could be done. I'm not sensing from us, we have the whole spectrum of ages here. Like the pinball demographics. So we're not getting too excited about Alice in Wonderland. I wonder why that is.
Well, apparently it's zombie Yeti art, and Prototype was one of the most beautiful games according to our friend Kaneda. That could be a really cool game.
I was trying to steer you guys into saying is this game is for a collector only and it's going to have a collector price, and we're just not that demographic of having a spare $15,000 to $20,000 to drop on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're tournament players first, and there's no way this is going to be a tournament game.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
There you go. Closing thoughts on anything.
District 82 is having their Winter 3X tournament. Oh, and so District 82 is having their Winter 3X, and the Electric Bat is having a Winter 1X on the same weekend. What the fuck?
Yeah, who's got the Winter 2X? Is that up in Canada?
No,
So we'll have to run it in Minnesota at Luke's location. No, Luke's location. I forgot to mention Luke's location because, that's going to be a big deal in Minnesota because Minnesota hasn't had, any big tournaments going on. And Luke Nahorniak just opened a location called the North Star Pinball Collective. And I feel like everybody should look into that because he's going to start running some more certified tournaments. Next one might be March, April ish area. I don't know.
I'll come up there if he stops calling me Eddie. No, well, the story is, been playing pinball with Luke for years. And at District 82, we had a game, and we're on, Kip Bally Kiss. And he's like, "Are you Eddie?" And I'm like, Luke is so deadpan that you can't tell if he's serious or not.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like, Luke, I've been playing pinball with you for fucking 4 years. And he's like, "Are you Eddie?" And he still calls me Eddie to this day.
Eddie Brock.
Choose your host.
Change the game. Hi, I'm Seth Davis of Stern Pinball. We have an exciting new game called Venom. Choose your host and change. Sorry.
Yeah, to Luke, North Star Pinball Collective, and Fox Cities Pinball.
Rock on. Did he win their state, Minnesota?
Luke was at our state.
He was at our state? That's right. He wears that orange
Yeah,
hat.
he lost to Sheldon Olson.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Yeah. Keith Hansen actually won Minnesota State.
Shout out to Keith Elwin.
Yeah, or Keith Hansen.
Keith Hansen.
Good, great guy. Really nice, very good friend of mine. Comes to Plymouth Tap, comes to District 82. Cool dude.
And in other news, no one submitted a question for our tournament director. So if we have a translate still available, write into triballpodcast@gmail.com with your question for Mr. Party Cardi. And you, possibly, if you write in, will be the winner of this lovely translate.
Or a banner. I got banners.
Do you have a banner?
I have 6 banners.
You know how much a banner costs, right? They're like $200.
Well, yeah, but I got a bunch of them, so... And I win them. You get a heavy metal pinball banner that I actually won from MGC.
That's friggin' rare.
From Stern.
You really want to give that away?
Well, I would like the girl on it to be a little more busty, but it's still pretty cool. I have heavy metal, James Bond, Venom, and Avengers.
No one's going to pick James Bond.
That's all you're going to get. I have a lot of them. In the translates, we had Led Zeppelin, Iron Maiden, Guardians, Deadpool, and Venom, and Foo Fighters.
Nice selection.
Nice.
It pays to be good. You're basically you guys are actual professionals because you're making a living on this. And that's why the IFPA has the new ranking systems for you guys.
Yeah,
So
that dropped
I get
me
it.
a
I get
few
it now.
ranks.
Yeah, I watched that video. That was pretty funny. Johnny
Johnny
Pinball.
Pinball's video of the IPA rankings is so good.
It's basically, I think it's called Tournament Pinball TMI on YouTube.
Eric Thorne even watched it. He doesn't fucking watch shit. Oh, I got a Rescue 911 banner as well, or a translate.
Yeah, that's gonna go with the Bond banner. It's a combo pack.
Dude, it's sweet. Oh, I got the alternate WWE translate, the Total Divas one, but that's framed and lit.
Oh,
That ain't going.
well, as you can tell, we both are. I think all three of us are on Ambien, so I'm just gonna say, you know what? We're leaving. So, if you need to write in, that's triballpodcast@gmail.com. I am one of the hosts, Johnny Pinball.
I'm Ann McCarty.
Ref,
And as always, Borg out.
Borg out.
Borg out.